Let me tell you about this guy I met. There was a business I was going to buy. One of the biggest businesses in my local state. And I had the deal with him for 4.4 million or 4.9 million. I can't remember exactly now. But it was a very well structured deal. And let me tell you a little bit about the guy. I got to know him. I got to know him pretty well. I shadowed him for a week or two, and I had been in contact with him for a good several months, learning about the business and while the deal was going through. Good guy, great guy. Every Friday he would go down to Florida, from our Boston market, he'd go down to Florida, chill on his yacht, party, have fun, spend time with his friends, come back before Monday morning. Every weekend. It's a $10 million yacht. You know what, that's what it's for. Yeah, he can go there. He was running that business by himself or on the ground every single day. He was telling me he had sold one of his businesses beforehand. The business he sold was a water delivery business. He had about 8-9 trucks, water trucks, that he would sell the water. The water delivery business is used majority of the time for filling up swimming pools. Like for example, my swimming pool is 350,000 liters. That comes down to how many? It's about 100,000 gallons. Fill that up is it takes almost a week. Now that's when the delivery trucks come in. You boop 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 boop. You get 4 or 5 trucks lined up, and you fill it up. So the guy, what he did, he got an industrial pump. It was a 4-inch pipe. That's a very decent amount of water coming out. And he dug it into the ground, and bloop, free water. And he sells that for what? Money. It's free water. Sells it for money. Guy has some construction equipment. Digs the earth up, finds any major rocks, puts them outside. $4,000, $6,000, $200, $500, whatever. People can take them for decoration pieces in their yard or even inside their house, make a table out of it, whatever. Free rock, sell it for money. Digs up dirt, sell it for money. He also had a tree cutting business. He charges people to cut their trees for him. Right? God forbid a storm comes, some trees become loose, it might fall on the house, God forbid. So they'll call the company, hey, we need a tree cutting service, they'll come cut the trees. People charge to take the waste of it. So the people pay him to cut the trees, people pay him to take the remainder of the trees with him, and then he chops those into firewood, and at the same time, the smaller branches and whatnot, grinds those into wood chips, sells those. Sells the firewood, sells the wood chips. Then he goes and buys some land. He buys some land and, it's forest land. What does he do? Takes his equipment, chops down all the trees. So this was raw land. Chops down all the trees, makes firewood, sells the firewood, sells the wood chips, levels out the ground, any rocks that come out, sells the rocks, any dirt that's extra, sells the dirt. And now, what used to be raw land became prepared land, and the land paid him to do so. People are out there, we'll buy real estate, it'll get more expensive, we'll sell real estate. Just bought raw land, and then it was, when he's selling it, it's ready to be built upon. Get the permit, the land value just went up 10 times. Some he sells, some he keeps. So outside his main shop, in the back, he starts building. He starts building garages. You get a kit for the garage for each pad site. You make around about 2,000 square foot garage, about $80,000-$90,000 for the kit to come in, set up the cement base, and boom, the workers just plant on the kit and make a whole industrial garage. Rent it out $2,500 each, right? $2,500 out of $100,000. What's your ROI on that? If you were to sell it, now you've got a $2,500 rent coming in. The total rental about $30,000 a year, 3-year ROI. On that 3-year ROI, you can sell that for at least a 10x. That's easy sell, right? That just became a $100,000 garage, just became a $300,000 garage in the course of 3 months. Why aren't you doing that? What's stopping you?
I know a similar thing that Nestle did.
What did
It
Nestle
came
do?
to Pakistan, pumped all of the mineral water from here and sold it in Pakistan with its branding. I found it very weird, but it was a good business idea.
Well, they've got the backing already. They've got the brand recognition.
Exactly.
Coca-Cola, Sufi Cola. There's a price difference, but Coca-Cola is more expensive. because it has that 50 years of brand worth. I'll tell you about one more thing. What is stopping you right now to go buy a $15,000 RV? Oh, you don't have the money? Get a mortgage on it. That mortgage is going to run you about $150 to $140 a month. That's nothing. How much is your rent right now? And that sleeps 4. Has a built-in bathroom, kitchen, dining area, TV, beds. Sleeps 4. And it costs you about less than $150 a month. What is stopping you from going and getting that? And you will rent it out for at least $1,200 a month. What's stopping you? Same RV. You get your own land, raw land. You park the RV. Don't even get rid of the forest. Make it a hike. Just get it cleaned up a bit make it a camping ground, and park RVs. Let there be trees. That's no problem. People love those things. And you've got trees. You've got RVs. One RV will pay itself. It's expensing you about $150 a month. You're getting rent for about $1,200 a month. That's $1,000 profit per RV. Every RV you park in that forest. What's stopping you? Get out there. Do something. For me, my high school senior year quote was giving up instant gratifications for long-term goals. That's what I did. You should too. I'm not super old. Giving up your instant gratification doesn't mean that you're gonna spend years and years just working. No. Every millionaire I've seen them do it quickly. It's not years and years. You just have to put 10 years worth of work in 1 year. If you can do that, there is no possible way that you won't succeed.
Unless you're super unlucky, obviously.
Let me tell you about this story. Grandfather and his grandson. Grandson comes to the village. He asks his grandfather, how can I be successful? Grandfather says, you know what? Let's do a little project. What we'll do is we'll plant 2 plants, okay? One plant we'll plant inside the house, and the second plant we'll plant outside the house. And he asks the grandson, which of these plants do you think is going to be more successful? The grandson says, obviously the one inside, because you're going to take care of it, you're going to water it, you're going to keep it protected from all the storms. Grandpa says, okay. And he goes back to reading his newspaper. Son goes out with his buddies, and grandson goes out with his buddies, comes back, and next time he comes back to the village is 4 years later after he comes back from college. Now that he came back from college, he asked his grandfather again, hey grandfather, how can I be successful? He said to his son, do you remember the little project we did? He said, yeah, we planted 2 trees, one inside the house, one outside the house. So they go inside the house to see the tree, and it's a marvelous, beautiful tree. And this grandson says, see, I told you, it's such a big tree now. Grandpa said, okay. And then they go outside the house to the backyard to see the other tree. It is huge. It has trunks going this way, it has trunks going that way. Some are intertwined. It's almost as high as the house itself. And there's 2 laborers that were working at the house. They're sleeping under the tree. And the grandfather said to the grandson, though you thought that the tree inside the house would grow because I would be there to take care of it, you forget I would also be there to cut its trunks when they get too big. I would be there to trim it. Yes, I'll water it as well. The tree outside received more sunlight. It weathered more storms, making it stronger. It went through the snowfalls, and it went through the unbearable heat. And the most important of all, it did not have a roof on top. The tree inside, it had a ceiling already. The tree has nothing to do with the ceiling. The ceiling was there before the tree. However, the tree outside had no ceiling. So for you to grow and become successful, first of all, you have to get rid of your ceilings. Okay? So you can reach the next level. You have to get rid of the things that are supporting you and keeping you in your comfort zone. You can stay in your comfort zone and enjoy your life. That's perfectly fine if that's what you want. But if you want to be filthy rich, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. You can enjoy your life, with a 9 to 5, but you're not going to be on, like for example, I've been on vacation since January now. This is, what is it now? October 30th. And I've been on vacation since January. You're not going to be able to do that on your 9 to 5. Now, first of all, you need to get rid of the ceiling for yourself. You need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to do something. You need to make something of yourself. You need to handle the problems that you're going to face in the real world. You need to get out there and do something. People will think that to get out of their comfort zone, life isn't easy. Life is hard. Let me tell you something. Being poor is hard, but being rich is also hard. So choose your heart. Going to work all year long is hard. Being on vacation all year long is also hard. Choose your heart.